The words alternate reality game were the last thing some hardcore Pokemon fans wanted to hear last night. I understand why. It's a spin-off, it's on mobile, but Pokemon Go could be the shot in the arm that the series needs. The key lies with Niantic, the developers who are working on Pokemon Go. Perhaps you've heard of Ingress, Niantic's previous game. It's a game where people use phones in real-world locations to set up portals at interesting landmarks. Okay, look, it's nerdy as fuck, there's no getting around that. Let me put it to you this way. It's the sort of game that people fly to remote towns for. People have climbed mountains to play it. People have gotten accidentally detained by the police playing it. And Ingress doesn't have Pikachu. Concretely, we know that Pokemon Go is a game where people will travel to real-world locations to capture, trade, or battle monsters. We know that you have to interact with other players in real life. This opens up a lot of possibilities. Imagine, for example, having to travel to an actual volcano to capture a Charizard. Pokemon are region-specific, after all. Or making eye contact with another stranger and challenging them right there, just like you would in the games. Imagine banding together with other players to form a real-world Team Rocket, whose sole aim is to cause havoc and steal Pokemon. I can't even fathom all the cool things that could happen, never mind the bonkers things that probably will happen. I fully expect to hear ridiculous stories like Florida man gets shot while fighting over Mewtwo, or woman dies in Antarctica while searching for Articuno, if not Pokemon players arrested for breaking into whatever place. At the very least, I wouldn't be surprised if some phones or accounts got stolen. Pokemon is already the sort of game where people are willing to cheat if it means being able to catch them all. If people get upset and worked up over special Pokemon being limited to certain stores and locations, I have no idea how they're going to react to an entire game with that very premise, especially if there's any scarcity. I have a feeling we're going to see some wild stuff. There are still a lot of unknowns. We don't know the nitty-gritty of how the game will work. We have no idea what the microtransactions will be like. We just have a nice trailer for a game nobody wanted, at least initially. Nobody asked for Pokemon Go, not really, but it might legitimately be the most exciting thing that's happened to the franchise in years.